Welcome back to Star Trek Fleet Captains. We are up next with the Federation, and it's tied 3 points apiece. And so let's begin. I think we're going to start off with the Yosemite, our little science vessel here. And we're going to start off by moving to the command outpost, which costs 0 movement to go from any space adjacent to your command post to go into your command post, 0 movement. And it's going to continue on into the Mutura class nebula, so that's going to cost 1 movement to go from your command space into another location. So we've had plenty of movement to get in here, and I'm not going to do anything at the moment because up next I'm going to move the Reliant, and we're going to move the Reliant into the same nebula as the Yosemite. And now I'm going to do an action. I'm going to take an action with both the Yosemite and the Reliant, a combined action, and we're going to do this, make a successful level 20 sensor test in a nebula. And so we're going to use both ships simultaneously, an action each, and this system says -2 to all systems. But the Reliant has a sensor of 11, so it would make it 9. And the Yosemite has sensors of 13, which would make it 9. So 9 and 9 is 18. The Doctor here gives the Yosemite a +1. So that would be 19. And so the Yosemite gets to roll, or would be combined the double roll. Well, we only need a 1 anyway, I think, if I've done the math correctly. So we're just going to roll the die. We get a 1, which I believe makes it a 20. Just double check that again. So -2 to all systems means we have 9 sensor on the Reliant and 11 on the 9 on the Reliant, 11 on the Yosemite, which is already 20, +1 for the Doctor, 21. Yeah, we have completed our nebula research. Make a successful level 20 sensor test in a nebula. That's going to get the Federation 2 victory points. And so we now go from 3 victory points up to 5. 3 more victory points, and the Federation will have won the game unless the Klingons can catch up and equal or surpass the victory points. Okay, and that's going to, of course, draw our next mission card. And we have exploration. When you remove one of your scan tokens from a location by exploring it, place that token on this mission card. The mission is complete when you have 2 scan tokens here, i.e. when you scan and explore 2 locations. So that would give us 1 victory point if we do that. And we still have not used the Venture. And I don't know if I want to make any shield adjustments or any power adjustments to these ships. Right now, the shields are at 1 for the Yosemite and only 1 for the Reliant. So if these ships manage to get over here somehow, although that's a size 8, size 4, I don't know. It's touch and go. I think we're going to do a power adjustment on the Reliant. So we're going to take the Reliant and we're going to pump its shields up to its maximum here, which will be 4, which is not great, but it's better than 1. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing with the Yosemite. We're going to take its shields and we're going to put them to 4. So just in case the Klingons get any ideas about coming in here and attacking either of those ships. Up next, of course, the Venture. And I have to think what I want to do with the Venture. They have 1 action. They can move and make a power adjustment. So let me think about that, and we'll come back and we will have the Venture take their action. Okay, I think what we're going to do with the Venture is we're going to do a scan action because we want to maybe get that victory point for exploration. So we're going to scan this sector of space. So we're not moving in there, we're just taking a look at it. And it's empty space, 1 to 4 and size 3. So we're just going to have scanned it, so that's not a big deal. So we put a Federation scan token on it. Now we can still move. So we're going to move the Venture into this location, costing 1 move. We're kind of trying to blockade the Klingons who are getting a little too close to our space here for comfort. And that basically will conclude the Federation turn. So we've made a successful nebula research mission, and we've jockeyed our ships around a little bit to be in a bit better position for the Klingons, who seem to be getting awfully close for some reason. All right, let's readjust the camera, and we will then take our 3 actions with the Klingons. Okay, it's the Klingons' turn. They've been encroaching on Federation turf, but they are not going that direction. So this ship is going to stay here. So basically what's going to happen is the Rotoran is going to take 1 movement to move into this nebula, and so is the Makta. So all 3 ships are in this nebula, which gives +4 to shields. The reason they're in there is they want to complete their nebula exploration mission, which is make a successful level 30 sensor test in a nebula. It's worth 3 victory points. And I think I might have forgotten earlier, the Makta, I think it completed a science mission. It says you earn 1 extra victory point the first time the Makta completes a science mission. Well, I'm going to do it this turn. So its sensors are at 10. We're going to make a power adjustment to the Rotaran, put its sensors up to 10. So that gives us now a total of 20 if we combine all the ships. And we're going to take the Samarov, and it's going to go up to 7 here for sensors. But remember, it gets +3 on a sensor test, so we're just going to take those tokens off. And that's going to give it a 10. And so all 3, we're going to take the 3 actions, 1 for each ship. They're going to combine their sensors into 1 sensor test, which we don't have to roll a die because we're already at 30. And Val gives our Samarov +1 on sensors anyway for 31. So we have 31 for sensors without rolling the dice. The Klingons complete the nebula exploration, make a 30 level sensor test in a nebula. That's going to give them 3 victory points, but they're going to get 4 because I think I forgot the special ability of the ship, the Makta. So that's going to get them 4 victory points, just like that. And so we're going to zoom out, and I guess that's going to be the end of the episode. All right, we're going to add those 4 victory points for the Klingons to 4, and that's going to take them to 2, 4, 6, 7 victory points. They almost pulled it off to get to 8 victory points, but not quite. And so, of course, when they do that, they have to take another mission, which we're not going to see as a Federation. And yeah, so that was almost a sneak from behind and win kind of maneuver, but they're missing 1 victory point. Federation has 5 victory points, and the Klingons now have 7 victory points. However, I think the next episode will be the conclusion, because, or maybe it won't. It may not. I don't know. The Klingons may just pull this out. I thought for sure we as the Federation were way ahead, but that was a pretty sneaky little maneuver there. And so that's going to conclude this episode. I know this one was also fairly short, but let's just keep going here into the next episode when we come back, of course, tomorrow. And you'll see the conclusion. I don't know how the Klingons couldn't get 1 more victory point, but maybe they don't have the mission cards to do it. I'm not sure. So anyway, thanks so much for watching along. This is Star Trek Fleet Captains. We're playing the Federation versus the Klingons. We're playing a short game, an 8-point game with a slightly smaller universe or sector of space set up. So thanks so much for your comments, your likes, and subscriptions. Really appreciate it. This is Star Trek Fleet Captains, Federation versus Klingon. Please join me for tomorrow for I'm pretty sure, what will be the conclusion.